Hi, welcome to Seth Studio YouTube channel, and I'm going to do some printmaking for 4th graders. So what you're going to need is quite a lot of different things. I recommend 2 brayers, plexiglass plates, styrofoam, a ruler, pencil, a lot of paper, and some tempera paint. So I searched African beads. I was looking for some patterns. I like the geometric patterns of the African beads, but you can use any pattern you want. It helps to make it geometric just using a ruler, but really whatever works for you. I just think it's fun to look at different types of things from around the world. So this is something you can actually buy, but again, any type of styrofoam works. This is a very thin sheet. You can use thicker. It doesn't really seem to matter. Make sure your pencil's really sharpened. And again, I'm using a ruler, pushing things out of the way, and I'm pressing down pretty hard. You can draw this first if you want to, pretty lightly, but I chose to go straight in with the ruler and just draw my design. So I'm kind of lining this up, being super careful, because once you make a mark, it pretty much stays there, so you have to just work with it. So I decided to double up my lines. I think as I go, I get ideas. Maybe this is a pattern that has already existed. I don't know. I just decided to make this up. But it's geometric and it's symmetrical, and I think it's going to look really, really cool. So you can share these too. Once you've created these different patterns, you can make like a quilt where everybody shares their pattern on it, and we kind of go back and forth. So just thought that would be kind of fun to do. So this is what you're doing. Take your time and try not to go through the styrofoam too. That's going to be a little bit of a problem, but you can still work with it. Okay, so I'm just using tempera paint. It's not as messy. You can use ink, but I like to put it at the top of the plexiglass. This is a brayer. You lightly touch it, and now I'm going to roll it out. You kind of let it spin if it works that way. Just keep going. It's going to take a while to really cover it lightly. You don't want to truly get it thick. You just want a nice layer on it. So take your time. That's putting it on the guard. As you noticed, I put it on the guard. So now I'm going to carefully do this. Now it will go off onto the table if I'm trying to get to the edges, and that's okay. You just need to clean as you go. So get a paper towel or whatever you have and clean it up. Make sure it's dry. Then go get your paper and a clean brayer. Be really careful as you flip this. It's awkward and it's hard to do sometimes. Do your best getting it on there, and get a dry brayer and roll it on, pressing down pretty hard, and then carefully lift it up from the corner. Great. So let's repeat that process. You might need to add a little bit more paint. Go back and forth. Take your time. You want to make sure that you really don't go into all the crevices, and repeat. So take a dry brayer and roll it on, lift it up, and each one will look a little different, and that's okay. So you might want to share your design with other people too. That might look kind of cool. So you have a different print on your print and roll it out. When I'm not using the brayer, I have it on a guard so that it doesn't get ink everywhere, and that's really the problem with printmaking. It's super duper messy if you're not careful. So clean up as you go, and then go ahead and print. So I hope you enjoyed this process. It's fun, and please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take care.